Hello again, most esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and welcome to another episode of Jekyllstein Gray Plays Homework Communism, which, if you don't know, is a series where I'm recording games that I have been assigned. Oh wow, dial up. Where I am recording games that I was assigned for a class, before we get started, so Homework Communism is a series where I record games that I was assigned for one of my tutorials, one of my classes, and then I spread them on the interwebs. But, I redistribute that, which is why I call it Homework Communism. There was a second of all, there's a warning about like parental gaslighting, and there's flashing lights and whatnot in this at the start of the game that I don't think was recorded. I think I just missed that. So apologies for that, but you should probably know that up front. This is a game I know a fair bit about, and in it you play as a person who who figures out that she's a trans woman. So come at me, TERFs. If you're typing an angry comment, transphobic comment, please do. I will, because I actually do love picking fights with transphobes on videos that are in the comments of videos that are supportive of trans identities, because then they're feeding the algorithm. And so I might not be able to convince them, but hopefully it can convince some other people who are actually being open-minded about this. Let's see. What else do I have? Oh yeah, this game also takes place, Chris, I'm probably going to be referencing Chris Franklin's video on this game a lot, because this is what actually first got me interested in this game, before it was, assigned. And he talks a lot about the technology and how he, again, this is about 90s dial-up stuff, which is something that I actually don't have any experience with, because I was a child of the early 2000s, so dial-up is a thing from the murky before times, before I was born. And last but not least, I am a straight, cis, white guy, so I'm gonna, try my best to be respectful and open-minded, but if I say something that is worthy of criticism, please criticize me in the comments below. And with that out of the way, I think that's all the disclaimers. Anyway, yeah. That's all the disclaimers. Alright. Let's start Secret Little Haven. Playing as Alex. Which I feel was very deliberately, interesting. I feel like it was very deliberately chosen to be a gender-neutral name. So, I love games like this, esteemed viewers. Games that are, there we go. That are set in, computers, games like Her Story. I need to play, I think it's pronounced Chibel. I'm not 100% sure about that. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, so, historic. So, apparently this is I'm getting from Chris Franklin's video on the subject. this is a well, I think they'll explain. I know what PG fans is, but Pretty Guardians Love Force. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, so Pretty Guardians is kind of supposed to be like a Sailor Moon type anime that I've never seen an episode of Sailor Moon or anything like that, so I can't really comment. Let's see. We'll go with the optimistic and cheerful route, because the election results have me in a good mood. Let's see. It's interesting because in the Errant Signal video, Chris Franklin's Errant Signal video, he talks about the he talks about the decentralized nature of the early internet, and that's something that I never grew up with, because again, I'm a child of the era of YouTube and Google and Twitter and all these centralized platforms and Reddit that all I guess let's see. I have no idea who any of these characters are. Guadian. Man. This is interesting. Guardian Waffle. No idea. Is that like a fan character or something? I don't know. I am I have no idea. I mean, it's basically my takeaway, and I think what you're supposed to take away is that she is very she is a big fan of this anime. Some other stuff. Interesting. This kind of reminds me of when I was really excited for Fire Emblem Fates. And I was like, trying to get any information I could. I watched the trailer so many times, and let's see here. Oh man, this looks so different from my computer background. Wait, what? What was she guessing? Oh, she was just saying she was psychic because she guessed something, or I don't know. Minori. Oh. So this is interesting. So Minori's a guy. Okay. So Minori is like, I do feel like in these types of shows, there's usually like the outsider character, I don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Oh man, I was never involved in homework sharing or whatever. So this is an example, I guess, of media introducing these types of ideas, which is one of the reasons why games like this are really important. Yeah. I like Laguna's symbol. Interesting. I like Laguna's thing. So John doesn't look like John has it. It looks like John has not been speaking to us very much. Let's see here. Yeah, seriously. I guess in the 90s, anime was a much more niche thing, or maybe it still is niche, or I don't know. Even when I was growing up, again, I was born after this day. But the what was I gonna say? That's cool. Oh yeah, this was back when before everything had a website. Uh-oh. Interesting. And then again, like my local arty theater has a website, which is interesting. And so here we get the chatting with multiple people. No, you don't. So I'm guessing this is some kind of dysphoria, but I'm not 100% sure. Yes, they will, trust me. Oh man. Ah! Okay, this feels real. So Andy seems I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe because they know you're trying, or I don't know. What was I? There's something else I was gonna say. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I never went to the high school games. But for different reasons, obviously. Let's see. All right. Okay. Let's see. Wait, what? Oh. Let's see. um, I mean, like, I am a cis man, but even that is like, ugh, I don't just want to go and shoot a gun. That just sounds not interesting. Let's see. Not necessarily. Wow, this is kind of like literally a bit overwhelming. Also, alright, so it looks like Samuel is away. Can't not for this. Garbage of the net. Yeah, there's so much, like, yeah, it's interesting how, again, I'm paraphrasing or referencing Chris Franklin, the Aaron Single video, because he talks about the, well, he quotes someone else whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, about how, like, the internet was a gateway to, in, like, small town Americana. It was a gateway to a lot of it was a gateway to a lot of new ideas, like gay and trans and non-binary identities and stuff that were seen that were still, well, they are still seen this as aberrations and whatnot, but they were even more so in the frickin' 90s, especially if and I don't live in this type of place now, but I have lived in very, like, suburban or conservative areas where, and I was told that to not browse the internet. And part of it was, I think it was a control method, Um, um, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, viewers. I'm just like trying to, like, I'm trying to do commentary, but like this is actually like weirdly like stressful and so this is so Jenny is the like college student who runs the forum, you know, and it's weird because I actually started a group on Steam called the Gothic Games Group, where I'm like the administrator, and I haven't had, and apparently like Jenny's like a celebrity, so that makes me be like, wait, I hope like well, is that how anyone sees me? Probably not. It's probably completely different scenarios, but I don't know. Let's see. Well, that's the difference between me and Jenny is that I keep acting like I have face cam. I pointed at the screen. This is the difference. Because I am neither cool nor girl. Let's see. Let's see. You know the admin yourself? Also, there's a lot of like there is some part of me that's like, you know, anytime, you know, like one time I mentioned this before, but one time I used my real name on a Folding Ideas stream, and Dan Olsen actually said my real name out loud. Like, he's like, that's not a weird, you know, real name is not a weird name. And I was like, ah! Like, I can't believe he noticed me, you know? Man, these sounds are weird. Let's see, teenage girls. Alrighty. Alrighty, and someone is messaging me, but this is actually a lot of, like, they didn't need to make this much lore, for lack of a better word, about PGLF, but I'm glad that they did. Oh yeah, I was definitely that person who was just like, get me out of high school. I am very bored. Like, I'm very interested in let's see. Let's see. So yeah, I think I want to say the anime was more of a niche thing. I mean, it still is kind of niche. But I think like My Hero Academia seems to be pretty mainstreamly successful. Alex in Wonderland. What is Heavenly Guardian? Oh man, there's so many. Yeah, no one, as of this recording, I have not had anyone talk to me like this, which, I've seen, I have seen, no one has talked to me that way, which like overall I don't think is wrong, but like it also would make me very like self-conscious and like I don't know, just the idea of someone of like being idolized in any way is like a bit like not bad, but like it feels weird to me. Let's see. Let's see. This is again surprisingly stressful. I also think the Alex in Wonderland in this case is an interesting parallel. Let's see. Yeah, I can imagine. You know, it is interesting how we have this perception of the internet as a, you know, a place of, you know, toxicity, and it certainly is, especially when internet pylons are so profitable for, but I think that in a lot of cases, it can be very helpful, especially especially as an autistic person, because there's a lot of like, well, one, I've been able to find a lot of, you know, I've joined in some ways, like, you know, like autistic Twitter, which is really great. And also it is nice to, you know, it's pretty, you kind of have to, it's kind of like, yes, I have power, you know, I have, not power, but I have like, this is my turf. This is my language. That's what I say. I know how to communicate. Because you have to, let's see. So, I'm gonna check the browser. Turn home. Wait. There we go. Interesting. Already looked at that. Wow, that. Anyway. May 18th. Cool. How do I search? How do I get to the website? Here. Upper left. Okay, oh boy. Got a message from, John. Alrighty, I'm not going to click on either of these. Maybe the fanfic later, but I don't want to get... Let's see here. Alright, yeah, pretty standard anime stuff. I guess it might be fan art. We got a terminal here. Interesting. Splendid view. Interesting. Alrighty. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. What the? Oh, there we go. It's interesting how there's no keystroke sounds. I guess you're supposed to listen, but I have my earphones in because it's capturing the music and it doesn't. Yeah, anyway. I know, I had to do it. Let's see. Oh. Nah. I want the CRT effect. Let's see. Wallpapers. Oh, hey, I can choose one of these. Ooh, I like this one. Yeah. Kitty friend. Is this like a... Oh, okay. Okay, that's awesome. Oh, well, now I'm thinking about... Whoa. Hello? Why is it... Can I kind of... In weird ways, this kind of feels like trying to use the internet for the first time. Because, again, I don't know how any... Like, there's some weird, like... Alright, sorry, kitty friend. Go over there, please. There's like a lot of stuff here where I'm like, I have no idea how to work this because again, okay, here we go. Let's see here. It's interesting because normally these types of games are easier for me to analyze because there's no like action I have to do. But in this case, I'm like, well, part of it is very alien to me. You know, I do like anime, but it's more in the Full Metal Alchemist vein. I'm certainly not trans, and I'm not a member of the LGBTQA plus or GRSM community or however you want to call it. And again, I didn't live in this era. But I do it. I mean, in some ways, that makes it really interesting. On the other hand, it makes it like kind of hard to analyze in certain ways. Let's see. Where's the other? I want to search for the movie. Oh wait, did Sam Send the link. Oh, the calendar. Alrighty. Look up the theater website. What is the theater website? Sam, what's the theater's website? So the Pretty Guardians homepage fan site is like the alright, how do I get you to go away, kitty? I'm sorry, but let's see, apps, wallpapers, friendly reminder, that's the calendar. Hold on. No, I do love these sound effects and the whole general art design. Okay, here we go. It might be in the forums. Let's check. I'm gonna move this. There we go. Don't know what happened with Heavenly. Heavenly. Fanworks. Under construction. Is there a... Okay, so I can have multiple Millennium Net tabs open. I guess that's good to know. This is the welcome screen. I already did the show info. News. How about that? So there's a movie. Okay, here we go. Good. It actually was something of a grueling trek, or more of a grueling attempt to find it. This dialogue sometimes seems sometimes reminds me of Night in the Woods. Oh man, the information superhighway. That was what it... I remember there's a Calvin and Hobbes comic. You know, Calvin and Hobbes has aged really well for the most part, but sometimes some of the technology is like, wow, he wants to rent a VCR. Let's see. Yes, sacrifice the phone line to the internet gods. Alrighty, so this is a bit of an interesting tutorial segment. Let's see. I don't need another window. I am like the type of person who has like a bajillion tabs open. And let's make another one. Let's see. Show info. Guess what was I gonna? Oh yeah, no, I wasn't gonna do that. Apps, friendly reminder. New. Let's see. What's the day it comes out? Come on. Alright, that application didn't go away. Here we go. 5 p.m. on a Saturday. Oh, so that would make it the 15th. So this is a bit of a, I don't know, it's very minor, but it kind of feels like her story. In its like, sorry. It kind of feels like her story, and I mean, like, her story is basically all deductive reasoning. This I wouldn't call deductive reasoning per se, but it is a bit of, it requires you to think. So let's see, May 15th. Wow, that is a really slow scroll speed. Pretty Guardians movie. 5 p.m. only. Is that all I had to do? Or yeah, okay, so it just because that happened with all the characters is you made a new event. And Dunsies. Samuel? Okay, there we go. Is everything okay, Sam? John is. Like, I'm, like, legitimately concerned for Samuel now. Like, I'm like, you good? Okay. Careful with your allowance. What? Okay, there we go. Alright, John. So these... Your father needs to have a word with you. This does feel very big, and, you know, obviously the space is very utilitarian, and there's tons of interesting stuff here. Alexander. I need to speak with you. Wow. Oh no! Oh, it's all about you. Fuck you. What did you do? Like, seriously. You set up a tutoring appointment. Okay. The teacher's the one who had to wait. Wow, this is very flashy. I am glad they had an epilepsy warning. Yeah, people forget. Fuck you. Like, what did you do? What did you do? Like, all the other who? What are you talking about? What is your... What is her potential? Like seriously, I think she has a lot of potential, but what do you think her potential is? Wow, this is like... it's unstable. Like, it adds to the chaotic, intense feeling of it, you know? Yeah, fuck you! Gaslighting piece of shit. No, it's not! Oh, you changed it, you fucker. Wow, I am legitimately mad at this eyeball. That was all... I heard that so many times. Oh, I'm only hurting you because... Well, okay, I didn't... Yes, okay, no one explicitly told me that. I should back off. No one gaslighted me, and I'm lucky to have parents who exited my cult with me. But they did... There was a lot of, I only hurt because I love, basically, type thing. Which is like, I'm a utilitarian. I don't, can't trust anyone. You can only trust me. That's the you know, and this is why, you know, obviously you should be careful on the internet. There's tons of problems there. You need to be careful of the information you get, you know, you need to be skeptical, and you need to, you know, be careful of the people you meet. Yeah, sure, you need to be careful, but that doesn't mean you should just, like, not, but you could, but you could just, like, you can also, being careful is a very different thing than just ignoring stuff altogether, you know. Being careful of things you hear, alright. So, that's probably all we're gonna do for today. I'm definitely gonna keep playing this, Okay. Wow, I had a lot of tabs open. I still do as I'm recording this. We're gonna just bye. Bye. Hard drive. Bye. Wow, this is pretty. Okay. So, let's see. Log out. There we go. I can't? Why can't I log out? Oh. I guess does logout save? Let's see. Let's see. I love that. Like, there's something off here, but I'm gonna let you talk about it when you're ready. See, this is, let's see. Let's see. I'm sorry. It's funny because the cult I left it was a very mild cult. It wasn't something like Scientology or even like Jehovah's Witnessism or whatever, but it was, they said a lot of like this is they said a lot of because they have and it's interesting because I used to think like, oh, they were forward thinking, and I'm like, no, like they were, when I was in there I was like, they're so good, they're so forward thinking, and looking back I'm like, no, this is, one, it's a way to do more recruitment, and two, it's a way to keep you controlled. Let's see. So yeah, it's a way to, because again, there are plenty of ways that you can get misinformed on the internet, but you need to be taught how to, Alright, there we go. That was... Alright, so I think this marks the end of a day in the universe, and, or in game and whatever. So next time I'll do day 2. I'm probably actually going to play this later today, because I have to get at least a fair amount in for my class later. Anyway, and I think there's another game whose name I can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry. And I might play, although I heard it's kind of rough, so it might be too much for YouTube. I don't know. Keep an eye. If you want to keep an eye out on what's coming down in the future, you can hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. If you like the video, give it a like. If you have something to say, which I'm sure a lot of you will, and I would really, really appreciate any feedback, because a lot of this is just like, I have no idea what, like, about a lot of these things that it brings up. Again, it wasn't a teenager in the 90s. I wasn't, I'm not trans or gay or any of that. I'm not, I do know that the internet is oftentimes a way to spread ideas that are seen by the mainstream society as dangerous. Anyway, dangerous and whatnot. Anyway, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. And all those things help with the algorithm, so I'd really appreciate it. What else is there? Oh yeah, share the video with anyone you think would like it, or to piss off a transphobe in your life. Either one would be awesome. And links to where you can buy this game and the Twitter and Letterboxd, and my Twitter and Letterboxd account are in the description below. Okay, esteemed viewers, I've been Jekyllstein Gray, and I'll see you in another video. Bye-bye.